It's been a while, I haven't had any English videos, and I really want to share with you something, but because I'm not teaching now, so I feel like I don't have anything to share. But I've heard some of your needs or like some questions that you guys really want to know how to learn English successfully. So today I decided to make this video for you, and I'd like to share with you my experience, how to practice and how to speak English fluently, because I feel like this is a very important topic that not everybody can do that, and like most of the time that you will have to practice by yourself and learn by yourself. I'm gonna share with you some of the ways that I practice to make my English perfect. I know that my English is not perfect because I still make a lot of mistakes. However, this is like based on my experience, and I'm gonna share with you now. So thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. Without vocabulary, you can't never make a sentence. So based on my experience, you don't need a fancy range of vocabulary or like an advanced range of vocabulary. You only need basic vocabulary, because this is what speaking, this is what spoken English needs, because we only speak about like very common topics every day, and you're gonna need to use like an amount of words that is gonna be repeated once in a while. So we don't really need to learn advanced vocabulary yet, but we need to have basic vocabulary. In the case that you need to express one idea, or like you want to say something but you can't find a word, my advice is you just need to make it as simple as possible. For example, if you want to express like the pandemic is spreading everywhere and is like making everybody scared and worried and concerned, if you don't really know how to say it in the full sentence with like full ideas, you can just make it simple. For example, the pandemic is happening everywhere and it's making people worried. So this sentence is way shorter, right? But it still contains the full idea of what you thought. What I'm trying to say is you don't need to speak at length all the time. You can make short sentences, but make it as simple as possible. Try to find the most simple words, try to find the most basic words so that you can literally express what you think rather than make like long, full sentences. And once you make very complex structure, it's gonna be easier for you to make mistakes. The second tip that I'd like to share with you in order to speak English fluently is to present or to talk about the same topic many times. For example, let me make it more specific. I really started to speak English 3 years ago, only 3 years ago. Let me tell you, in 2018, it was February 1st, and it was like the first job that I used English for work. Before that, I had spoken English already, however, I didn't really use English for work. So until now, it's like 2019, 2020, 2021. So it's like 3 years and a half. I have been using English for working. So you'll see that only at that time I started to use English, and I met a lot of people at that time, right? I met new students, I met new colleagues. Every time that I meet a new person, I will have to introduce myself, right? Like where I'm from, like what did I do before, why did I like come here, or like a lot of questions or sentences like that. So every time that I meet a new person, I will have to repeat the same thing about myself, like introduce myself, introduce my background and my work and my experience. That's the reason why I became like more fluent every time talking about myself. And you need to be comfortable talking about something in order to be fluent in that. That was when I realized that I need to practice a lot the same topic for many times in order to be really fluent. And it works the same with other fields or other topics. once you get to know the topic, once you're comfortable and once you're confident with the background or knowledge, you'll feel more confident speaking about it. So my tip here, my advice here is to talk about the same topic many times in order to be fluent in that. The third advice that I'd like to share with you is practicing pronunciation. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Because I have a lot of friends, they're not native speakers, but they're very fluent because they're comfortable with the pronunciation. They will have accent because we're not native speakers. I have Vietnamese accent in my voice, but it doesn't matter because English is an international language. So the key point here is you need to be very comfortable with your pronunciation, especially linking words, because it makes your English, your accent sounds smoother, right? So the key point here is you need to practice one word a lot until you really get used to it. One word is smooth, so the whole sentence will be smooth, okay? Every time that you make a sentence, make sure that you pronounce every word correctly, so that when it comes to the whole sentence, it'll be smooth and easy for English speakers to understand. So the key point here is to practice pronunciation. Number 4, I think I've mentioned this like a while ago in one of my videos. Repeat after English speakers. Even until now, every time that I listen to one English video, I will feel very nice, and I feel like after watching that video only, my English will sound much better because I got affected by that sound or by that voice or by that accent. When I speak, my Vietnamese accent sounds very strong, and I can really feel that. I can really hear the tones. However, like every time I feel like that, I will play an English video and that I will repeat after them so that my English voice will sound like more stable and more English, something like that. So one of the key point here is to repeat after an English speaking video and try to adjust your voice, try to bend your voice, try to make it lower, because in Vietnamese our tones are very high and we speak like "Xin chào các bạn, mình đây, mình là Linh đây," something like that. But in English we need a lower voice. So if you want to sound nicer when speaking English, try to lower your voice, your tone a little bit, and try to link all the words together. If they have like ending sounds or something, try to make ending sounds more clearly. Try to pronounce S sound at the end of the words more clearly, because you will sound very nice if you pronounce S regularly. Trust me. The last one that I want to share with you to make your English more fluent is to do presentation. I know that you don't have a lot of time to present, right? And it's not very easy to give a presentation. However, you can actually practice at home by shooting yourself like this. So it was like one of my part-time jobs back when I was in the Philippines, and I shot videos for Vietnamese 101. I'm still the host now. And every time that I edit the videos, I realize that my voice sounds terrible. I sounded like completely Vietnamese, something like that. So this is the example. Okay, so here đến means to come and also means to arrive. So if you want to use for to come, for example. And this is how I sound now. So you can actually realize it very clearly, right? I used to sound very Vietnamese, but now my voice sounds lighter. And one of my students used to tell me that my English voice sounds better than my Vietnamese voice because my Vietnamese voice sounds very sour. I don't know why. Okay, so this is about how you actually practice by realizing the differences between those two languages. And it's like makeup. It works the same in makeup. For example, before when I was a makeup artist, I realized that the most important thing to do makeup successfully is not like how handy you are. It's about your eyes, whether you can distinguish the differences between these two sides of the face. So it's the same in English. If you can hear the difference, if you can hear the correct sound, and then you will actually can pronounce the sound correctly. So that is my point. And the most important thing is listening, because this is like the skills that we first learned when we were like a child, right? When you were young, you would listen first. You couldn't speak yet, but you listened and you understand. So that's why now when you speak English, when you study English, it's like a completely new language. You need to listen first, and you need to try to guess the meaning. And then after that, once you understand it, try to repeat that, try to respond to that. The practice period is really, really important, because practice makes perfect, right? It's not like a piece of cake. No, learning a language is like a journey, and then the more comfortable you are with the language, the more confident you are. So these are my 5 points that I'd like to share with you today, and I hope it helps, and I really hope that I can help you more in the future. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know what you want me to share in the future, because I have like plenty of things to share with you, but I don't know where to start. So let's start it from here, and let's restart your English learning, and let's start as soon as possible, because COVID is still there and we don't know how it goes, and we will never know how COVID will change the world, and English will help you come closer to the world. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.